I need to work on that. Maybe I should. How about we try that again? Hello everyone, WiLd Snowwolf here, and this is my new mini-series of WiLd Explains the Fur Fandom. This little mini-series is going to have a chapter-by-chapter review of every portion of the fandom in a very nice, discreet, simple, adorable, special, easy way. We're going to begin with what is a furry. Furry is just a nickname for a person who likes character designing. I can't English today. I wish I had some kind of whiteboard or something that I could use to explain. I'm going to put a whiteboard up. Just give me a moment. I don't even know if I have a marker or a whiteboard. Oh, I have that one. Got so much stuff. I'm going to need to find some kind of adhesive to stick the whiteboard on, so just give me a moment. There could be better ways I could be doing this, but what the heck. I have to first idea. Let's start off with, if I could just, did I just, we'll start off with what is a furry. Furries is just a term that we use. It's like a nickname, but essentially we're all into character design. Character design, when you're making a story or a cartoon or something, you have people. Typically, you want to make a cartoon character. Now, if you're gonna make a human character, you gotta make him interesting, right? I gotta make this guy fancy. I gotta give him funky hair. I gotta make him make his head the shape of a football head. Or I gotta make this guy completely stand out somehow. I'm gonna make him a Super Saiyan. I'm gonna give him this crazy hair that it has to be special, conspicuous and stuff. I gotta give him a strange wardrobe that he wears all the time because I'm a lazy animator. I don't want to make any extra outfits or anything. Or we could just stick to the animal kingdom because animals are cute. Come on. So we make this animal character. And this animal character is a fox, I guess. I'm an excellent artist. I really am. This fox guy is already a lot better and already more visually appealing because, well, I mean, the foxes are adorable. Why didn't I make a script? I don't even know if I have enough time for this. And character designing is as easy as just creating a fictional character. You're going to make a book, you're going to draw something, and then you want to create lots of characters because you can't have a story without a lot of characters. You gotta have a main character, you gotta have the sidekick, should there be one. There's gotta be the protagonist. Wait, that's the main character. You gotta have the antagonist, which is the bad guy. The bad guy. And, actually, not every show has a bad guy. Human characters, by far, are just more difficult to work with because you want to make them different. You want to make them stand out. You want people to remember this person. And already, now you have to think about it because now you're Like, hey, remember that one dude? He had the funky hair or something, like he dyes it or whatever, but like he has a girlfriend that's like into the same thing, and like, no, that's typical. If you want to make an animal character, a non-human entity, it could be a robot, it could be an anthropomorphic animal character like a bipedal fox, like Robin Hood, the Disney Robin Hood, or like Zootopia. Let's not use Zootopia. But the thing is, when you create a non-human entity, because this is what furries are all about, non-human characters. Yeah. Instead of going, I'm a cartoon character, fictional writing character designer of the non-human entities because humans are boring and difficult to work with, I just call myself a furry. Does that sound right? It's easier to just work with animal characters because you have all these archetypes and these stereotypes and stuff to work about. We'll talk about stereotypes another day. For example, a fox, when you first think of a fox, they're sneaky, they're sly. I'm a wolf. You think that I am mostly like strong, independent. I'm tough. I feel pretty tough. I like to stress the fact that we have these non-human. Oops. I'll just fix that real quick. Because it's just more interesting. It's more child-friendly. We have more child-friendly because it's more appealing. I mean, come on, it's the fox, for crying out loud. There is a lot of ideas to come from because you have all these animal characters in the animal kingdom to work with. Let's look at Finding Nemo and Finding Dory, for example. I mean, these are fish characters. And yes, there are humans in the world, but who cares about them? They're not really interesting. You have these fish characters, they have a plot, they have to find Nemo. Well, they find Nemo in the end, yay, cool. I think I'm using that example a little too far. Let's talk about something else in this realm. I'm almost done, just give me a moment, I'm like still in the process of erasing here. Okay. Now we're going to really talk about something else. When I created my character, I really didn't have much of an idea. I was like, I like wolves. Wolves are strong, independent, and everything. They're lonely a lot. It's a misconception. Wolves like travel in packs. I don't know where the term lone wolf even came from. But I got off of that conception in 2011 when I created my character. So I created a wolf character, and I couldn't really come up with a name, so I just, like, used my email. Later in the series, I'm going to be going after chapter after chapter. Today is just an introduction. That furries are just your regular, everyday people just creating characters, particularly non-human characters, because there are so many combinations that come from animals. So it's cute to personify these little animal characters, like, talk and do dance and do all these cute little things, and give them one really, really interesting fur pattern, or color design, or make them wear a scarf, or like, I'm a collared wolf. That means I'm domesticated? No wonder people have mistaken me for a dog so many times. Furthermore in this series, I'm going to be teaching you what the fandom is all about. In my really, I forgot what I was going to say. So let's just summarize what we covered so that we can just end this for crying out loud. Furries are people who are into character design. Character design particularly doesn't have to be humans because humans are difficult and we're all humans, so like it's boring. We want something new and exciting, and so we personify things. You can make a tree a character, but it would be kind of weird because I have to explain why do trees talk. Let's not use cars or planes as an example because I don't know how Disney do it. I mean, someone was smoking something and then like... So you create cartoon characters or animal characters or whatever because you have so many things to work off of with animals. They're cute, they're cuddly. What's not to like? Once you create your character design, you share it with all the others, and another is just gonna like you for it. Then you just make a new character, or you just stick to the one that you already made and make them do something fun or something. Give them a story, give them a plot, give him a comic. Be a hardcore animator, and then give him his own TV series. Tune in next week, and I will explain Chapter 2. Or Chapter 1. I don't know. How am I even going to organize this? Thank you for watching. I'm WiLd Snowwolf. And see you next week. Can you like stop recording now? I don't even know. This is a new camera. I can't even... I think I saw it. This is the stop it. This button right here. Yeah.